Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. Today I would like to speak to you about the Art Nouveau movement. And the reason I decided to focus in on a movement rather than just an artist is I'm actually an art major and I find great inspiration from the Art Nouveau movement. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. But for those of you who don't know much about the Art Nouveau movement, I looked it up in the Oxford Dictionary, and the definition states, a style which originated in the 1880s and lasted until 1914, or the first outbreak of World War I. It encompassed the decorative arts, design, and architecture. Its characteristics were the use of flowing expressive lines, whiplash curves, flowers, and leaf motifs, as well as women with long undulating hair. The style Art Nouveau actually got its name from a shop in Paris in 1895. The shop's name was La Maison d'Art Nouveau, and the shop owner was Siegfried Bing. Often with Art Nouveau, you'll find synonymous characteristics, and those being asymmetrical lines, organic forms, and geometrical and abstract patterns. And this picture that I found on the Oxford website is a perfect example of that. You have the asymmetrical lines with the abstract, it's a little bit abstracted, and the organic form being the flower. But today I really want to focus in on three of my favorite artists, people that I consider to be role models. The first is Gustav Klimt. Gustav was born in 1862. He was an Australian symbolist painter, and often Gustav's work was considered to be very controversial. It was considered to be too sensual or erotic. And his primary subject was women, and most of his major works were either paintings, murals, or sketches. Here I have pictured The Kiss. It was done in 1907, and it took him about a year to complete it. It celebrates the sexes. This is the man, and this is the woman, the elongated woman. The next artist I decided to focus in on was Charles René Mackintosh, and Charles was actually a watercolorist as well as a architectural designer. He was born in Glasgow in 1868, and he worked under an apprentice for many years, but eventually he developed his own style. He used a strong contrast between right angles and floral motifs, and today throughout the streets of Scotland you can see much of his architecture. Here is a picture of one of the buildings he developed. But also the furniture he created was truly unique. This is a picture of some of the chairs he designed, and they were unusual pieces, but they were still practical and functional. And the last artist I would like to talk to you about is Louis Comfort Tiffany. This is an artist you're all probably familiar with. Louis was an American artist who was born in 1848. He actually started out as a painter and moved into the stained glasses and decorative arts. I'm sure most of you have some type of Tiffany lamp in your house today. Another place you can see works like his are at your church. Oftentimes many churches have stained glass in them. But an interesting fact I thought you would find sort of amusing is his father was Charles Louis Tiffany, excuse me. Charles was actually the owner of the fancy store Tiffany and Company, who designed all the jewelry. These are actually a piece of his jewelry. I have on Tiffany earrings. So, in a nutshell, this is Art Nouveau. And the reason I like the movement is because the artists use all different types of mediums. It was a new way to express themselves, kind of like the name Art Nouveau, new art. And it was an unconventional way to think. And they kind of broke the barrier for artists to come. So I would like to thank you for listening to my presentation.